So many of the businesses that have come to me in the last year are coming to me because the pain has now become unavoidable. And it is usually down to social media, but they're not communicating enough with their audience. And what has happened is that whilst they individually, they will consume content on YouTube and TikTok and all the other platforms that are available, it's not good enough for them to advertise or communicate with, business-wise, which seems mental to me because your own viewing habits are that I trust this to get information myself, but it's not good enough for my business. And that has led to them then procrastinating and not doing nothing about it. And now the pain has become unavoidable, purely down to the fact that it is having a financial impact. And we usually only do something when it costs us money. We don't like spending money. Real people or businesses that can afford it will invest. And I appreciate that many businesses aren't in the position to invest. But at some point it's going to come to a cost. And this is where it is a reactive problem-solving technique. You are waiting too long. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the other common causes that businesses avoid to actually get to a point where the pain becomes unavoidable.
Now, if any of those common causes have resonated with you, drop a comment and let's talk about it. It'd be interesting to know what is actually going on in your business that is actually causing you pain. And what we're going to do right now is that we're going to look at a clip from Gary Vee because he talks about pain and how it's going to be a problem for many businesses.
When we're fucking baking a cake. Like, we're not even in the same conversation. People are bringing television mentality to social creative.
So how do you fix that?
Pain.
What's that?
Pain? What I've seen fixes it is when brands start to feel the pain. It's all coming. The pain is coming. That's why you're reading about so many M&As, both on the agency side and brand side. Like, think about our headlines in our industry last 48 hours. The fuck do you think is going on? We've been fucking around. And now the pain comes.
So with the pain, you're still optimistic about 2025? You mean?
I'm optimistic about 2025
Yeah.
in the way that I'm always optimistic. Winners win, losers lose. Like, I believe the people that have the best actions, we must all, even at what you all do for a living, you must sneak in, because I'm very empathetic, you have to do what you have to do for big conglomerates on both the agency and the brand side. You must sneak in as much truth about the consumer as you possibly can in every deck, even if you get one fucking slide in there of truth for the consumer, not what will sell, not what will work, not what corporate. It's all corporate. So do I have hope? Of course I do, because I actually think there is a lot of pain coming, which re-wakes up everyone and says, maybe we shouldn't spend $3 million on a TVC that nobody sees. And by the way, I want to make this a very important nuance. I believe posting on social is brand building, and the testing is added value for what you do next on media amplification or campaign work. Like, when you're getting that level of testing quality for free as a byproduct of what you should be doing in modern brand building anyway, it gets intoxicating. But go ahead.
Now, what I have found is that there are two types of clients that come to me, and we've recently just had an inquiry from another one, and it was really refreshing to hear, actually, because they wanted to build a personal brand and they also want to build their business. Now, they are fully aware that a personal brand has more followers and more impact than a business page might have. So they want to develop that in tandem so that there's some cohesiveness between it, which is fantastic. And that type of problem solving is forethinking.
And then you have the second issue. Well, you've got the second type of customer or business, and they usually come to me because they have like a deadline date, or they have a goal that they want to achieve, which could be, say for instance, in 3 months. And what tends to happen is that up until that point, they don't have any sort of social media presence, or they've not communicated with the customers in the way that they have liked. And that could be for genuine reasons. They genuinely could be busy. The downside with that is then that it doesn't allow us to really test how the audience likes to be engaged for that particular business. And there's a nuance with communication.
But when you've left yourself so little time to do that, everything becomes incredibly stressful and more expensive, because then you have to push more content. And if you don't have the budget to do it, then you're relying on perhaps batch content, which we would come in, shoot for the day, test that, and you might not have the budget then to do it for another month.
So then you have to wait till the following month, let the content breathe, just to see what's working well. And if nothing works well, then you've got to go back to the drawing board and assess everything. And that can be frustrating because that's 1 month gone.
And when you put yourself in a position of pressure, the whole process, no matter how good I am or anybody who is doing the job for you, it's going to feel, well, you're going to say to myself, what the hell was it? What was the point of doing this? It was a waste of money. This content thing, I can tell you now, it is not for the faint-hearted. It takes time, and you have to be prepared for it to be a long thing. And it's not just social media. All we're doing is this thing, social media and talking to the camera, all you're doing is facilitating communication. And that is fundamentally going to exist within your business from now till the end of time. Whether I do it, whether it's through radio, that might come back in, you just don't know which way the world's going to go. AI, that's going to be massive. It is massive, and it's going to change the landscape in ways that we just don't recognize.
AI is so fucking big that it's like almost hard to like break it down. Like whatever the fuck you think it is, it's crazier. The speed in which AI is going to really affect our lives is substantial. Let me give you an example. AI getting really strong and voice devices are going to really confuse people. For example, the Alexa in your home, and I know a lot of people like shut it off because they're like, it's spying on me. I'm like, that's fine. Like Jeff Bezos doesn't give that much fucks about you, by the way. But I think that when you come home, and like this is the world I see. When you walk into your kitchen and you're like, Alexa, my son is having a sleepover tonight. 3 friends are coming over. One's lactose intolerant, one's gluten-free. 2 of them love spicy food, and 1 kid is Persian, and I'd love for him to feel at home. Can you please order dinner for all of us? We're gonna eat at 7:30 tonight. Thanks. When that then takes that and orders from 4 different places and delivers you a perfect meal in what I just said, for real, you have to understand, then in that scenario, Amazon has all the leverage because it's going to decide where that sale is going to go. That's called not having brand. Alexa, can you send me a pizza tonight? I have 20 people over. That's different than, Alexa, send me Pizza Hut tonight. I've got 20 people. Got it? We are going into a place where all that's been happening over the last forever, but accelerating the last 30, 40 years, is we choose convenience over everything.
And it's the same with social media. We are communicating, we are facilitating communication. How you do that is up to you. But by avoiding it and then putting yourself in a position whereby you are then having to say the words, we need to push this for this date, you're already up against it. So what are some of the things that you can do to actually fix this? Now, if any of this has resonated with you or it sounds familiar, you're not the only one. I work with countless businesses that are experiencing similar problems where they've avoided communication, and it's got to a point where then the pain becomes unavoidable. And then we're here to help alleviate that. But it doesn't mean that, it's going to be a nice process. There's going to be a lot of stress with that. So hopefully the next time you are thinking about something and you say, right, well, I'll do that later, take a step to pause and think, actually, is this what happened before? And is this one of those things where I know I've got to do it, I know it's unavoidable, I know at some point it's going to cause me pain? Then take steps to try and rectify that now. And if you like this content, give me a thumbs up or drop a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.